in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and rainy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, where we've had all sorts of rumble and bumbling going on just over the last hour or so. Some heavy thunderstorm activity moving through. Not a lot of rain. It's coming down when it comes down pretty hard in a real short period of time, but that's it. But in some cases where you're right under the thunderstorm, you're going to pick up a good quarter to close to a half inch of rain. Folks up north have picked up quite a bit more rain so far this morning. They've had one or two big systems move through up there. Big systems, and that we're talking anywhere from 4/10 to as much as 7/10 of an inch of rain in the north central part of the lower peninsula. And now some of the activity has kicked up in the central part of the lower peninsula, moving in from Lake Michigan, around by Ludington, Muskegon, Grand Rapids, heading in an easterly direction, a slight northeast trajectory to it. So what we've been getting so far has been the south side of this system. But what is going to be happening here as we go into the early afternoon, there's quite a line of thunderstorms that has been developing and moving into the west central part of the lower peninsula, and all that activity is going to track. It looks like it's going to track close to us here in the Saginaw Bay City Midland area. Michigan's thumb hasn't really seen a lot of storm activity, specifically Huron County, but Tuscola County is now beginning to see some thunder shower activity. That'll be moving into Sanilac County, and eventually Huron County is going to pick up some rain. For a lot of folks, it's much needed rain. For many folks that have done some planting so far, a lot of folks have been putting in not only the sugar beets, but also the corn. They've been very, very, very busy. So as a result, this is going to be a very nice rain for those folks. And again, we're talking more so along the lines of east of I-75 and then down into southern Saginaw County, down to and around Lansing. Those areas haven't picked up anything at all so far this morning, but they will as we go through the day. What's going to be interesting is to see how all of this develops. And by all of this, I mean later on this evening, in the early morning hours tomorrow morning, if we continue to get these showers as they go through at least the middle of the afternoon, we're not going to see much of anything in the way of moisture later on tonight and early tomorrow morning, because eventually about 3-4 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're going to see a cold front move through. So we'll just have to keep our eye on what develops here over the next 2 to 3 hours anyway. Temperatures continue to warm up rather nicely. Matthew, what are we looking at right now?
Right now, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 62. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 63. Here, Radio Center, it's cloudy at 65. We have southwest winds at 13 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.78, and it's rising.
Detroit right now is looking at 74. We've got 72 in the Monroe area. A lot of mid to upper 60s reported. Sturgis right now is looking at 70 degrees, but then the further north you get, the cooler it is. We're looking at high 40s and low 50s all across the northern third of the lower peninsula. And then you move up into the upper peninsula. We're talking anywhere from the upper 30s to right around 50 degrees. Sawyer Gwynn has 50. Mackinac Island is reporting 50. Iron Mountain is looking at 52. But then Ironwood, Copper Harbor, Houghton, all reporting 37, 38 degrees there. The Sioux is currently at 43. Newberry is at 49. So our forecast is glimpses of sun as we go through the day, and we've seen that. We're going to continue to see it as we go through the later afternoon hours. Shower activity, it kicked off a little bit earlier this morning in northern Michigan. Now it's moving into the central part of the lower peninsula. And then a clear off later on this afternoon and early this evening before the clouds move in once again. They'll move in once again because the warm front will be up through the entire lower peninsula. And then the cold front will come through, as I said before, in the early morning hours, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is when we anticipate all of that to move through, because a low pressure system that's causing all of this is moving from the northeastern part of Wisconsin across northern Michigan, across the straits, and then moving off into Canada. So the warm front is ahead of it. The cold front is tailing it. And so that low by late tonight and early tomorrow morning will be way over in eastern Ontario province, northeast of Michigan, and the cold front dragging along behind it will move through during that early morning period of time as well. So tomorrow, there is going to be that chance of an early morning shower as we go through the day. But again, it's a cold front, so the temperatures peaking out at about 72, 73 degrees for us in the central part of the state, the Great Lakes Bay region, will only make it up to about 55, 56 for a high tomorrow. Early morning showers clearing as the day goes on. And then a high pressure system over Minnesota will be moving into and around the upper peninsula as we progress through the day tomorrow. So it'll clear our skies out. We'll be looking for a low tomorrow night of 36. Our low this morning was in the mid 50s. Sunday, 53 is going to be our high. 43 will be our low. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds, but I think the best chance of sun will be earlier on Easter Sunday. Clouds will be moving in late. And then later on, and my guess is in the evening, on Sunday evening, very possibly after sunset, is when we're going to have the next chance of seeing any shower activity. We'll have an east breeze on Sunday. We'll have a northwest breeze tomorrow. So that's why the temperatures are going to be a little bit more on the cool side. And on Sunday, we'll have an east breeze, because not only will the cooler temperatures still be coming down on us from the north, but a low pressure system will be developing on Sunday, and that low is going to be in the Tennessee Valley. So we'll have an east breeze because of that low, the counterclockwise circulation of air, and we'll see that chance of precipitation increase, especially by midnight on Sunday night. Then a chance of rain shower activity will be around, especially in the morning hours on Monday. We very possibly could see a continuation of that chance of a lighter rain during the day on Monday, but then passing off, clearing off as we go into Monday night. Low 40s, that's what our temperature will be on Monday night. Then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, low to upper 60s through that time period. As a matter of fact, I think Wednesday will be once again pushing 72, 73, 74 degrees. So needless to say, for the rest of the month, kicking off next week, our temperatures are going to be not only above, but much above normal as far as the temps go. Precipitation values will be trending a little bit to the above side as well. Record high in the state is 87. That was set back in 2002. The record low, 22, set in 1926. And a year ago today, we picked up just a little bit better than a trace of rain. 57 was our high, 48 was our low. The warmest ever, 18th of April, was 1976. The bicentennial year, 82 was our high, 58 was our low. The coldest ever 18th was 1983. 34 was our high, 26 was our low. And yeah, we did pick up a little bit of snow on this date. You got to go back to 1947. The record is 2.7 inches of snow. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Matthew, the markets closed today due to the Good Friday celebration and, of course, the pending Easter holiday. But we do have a little background information. Who do we have today to talk about the markets?
Coming up next, we have Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons.
But first this, and again, a reminder, the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at CMR Tractors. Remember, they've got them. The CMR Tractors are located in Millington. So just stop by and see Bob and his line of Coyote tractors with financing rates at 0.99% up to 72 months. CMR Tractors in Millington. Remember, the only Coyote you want to see crossing your field is one that you get from CMR Tractors. As we said, the markets are closed. Everything really kind of looked like it was treading water at the close yesterday. Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons is joining me right now. And Abby, after all the volatility that we have seen for the last week to 10 days, it was kind of refreshing to maybe catch our breath, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it dropped down quite a bit and then it came back. Soybeans have, came back, 50, 60 cents, corn 40 cents off the lows. Soybeans are trying to get over that 200-day average and they just keep finding resistance right there.
Yeah. So at this stage of the game, do you have what the closing prices were at the Andersons yesterday, Abby?
That I do. Let me see. So yesterday when we closed, old crop corn $4.57, new crop $4.01, old crop beans were $10.01, new crop $9.62, and then for the summer red wheat was $4.97 and white wheat was $5.37.
So right now at this stage of the game, a lot of producers are out in the fields trying to get some work done. I guess for you folks in the business of trying to keep these guys informed of what's going on, what advice can you give us right now?
So I would say the best thing to do right now, marketing wise, is kind of come up with some numbers of, know where your break even is, figure out where you want to be, kind of look at the markets and, be realistic about where you think it might go, and talk to your local buyer and put some orders in, because, you can be out in the field. You can have problem after problem someday, not paying attention to the markets, and, corn could be up 25 cents and you could be hitting that 4.25 mark. So, same with beans and wheat, just put some orders in, even if they're a little bit on the far side, stretched out. It's still definitely a good thing to do. And just like always, that way, if it hits at 4 a.m. too, that you're covered.
Well, and that was the other point. It's always been really important to have some numbers in your mind and communicate those numbers, because overnight trading and the volatility of these markets these days, anything can happen and you're sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, the other side of the world, China, I don't know exactly what the time difference is, but I know their day is quite different than our day, time-wise. So lots of stuff can happen during the night, and like you said, you got to catch that rally.
Yeah, you got to. So keep informed. Easter holiday coming up. Family plans, Abby?
Oh yeah, family plans. Somehow about 10, 12 years ago, we turned it into a skeet shooting event. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got to scare all the Easter bunnies away, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Well, to you, your family, and everybody at the Andersons, Abby, happy Easter, and we'll talk to you next week, okay?
Thanks, Terry. Enjoy your holiday, too.
I will. Thank you so much. Abby Terwilliger over at the Andersons. Market Report is brought to you by the folks at Thumb Bank, working for agriculture since 1895. They know that farming has many challenges, and they do keep up with those changes, as well as the industry trends and the changes of your operation. Thumb Bank, now in Freeland. They've got 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust, and they invite each and every one of you to mark on your calendar. The family's going to have a ball at the Walleye Festival over in Freeland. That's coming up next weekend, starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be broadcasting our program next Friday from Burt Watson Chevrolet, which is kind of the site of a lot of the entertainment, whether it's the rides or whether the entertainment tent, all located there. And we'll have all sorts of things to talk about and give you an idea what's going on. Also, you can go to FreelandWalleyeFestival.com to get a schedule of the events. How did everything finish in Chicago? Well, the May contract of corn finished trading at $4.82 and a quarter. That was down 2. July contract was at $4.90 and a quarter. That was down 1.5. Soybeans May contract $10.36 and a quarter. That was down 2 and a quarter. The July contract was at $10.47 and a half. That was down 2 and a quarter. Wheat on the May contract was at $5.48 and a half. That was up a penny. July wheat was at $5.62 and a quarter. That was up 1 and a quarter at the close of trade. Crude oil closed out at $2.21 to the positive side. May contract was at $64.68. Well, obviously, spring is here. We got some rain, and a lot of folks are probably going to be looking at some plants of what they should be putting in as we approach and get into the month of May. Along with me now is Matt Bouvet from the Abley Greenhouse and Garden Center here in the immediate Saginaw area. And Matt, I was looking at an article yesterday afternoon from MSU Extension, and their headline was "Grow Like a Pro, Shop Smart, and Pick the Best Plants." So I figured, hey, might be a really good idea to contact you because that's been a part of your business for many, many years at Abley Greenhouse, hasn't it?
Hi, Terry. Yeah, I like to think that we've got the best plants, certainly the best varieties, and hopefully the healthiest that we can offer for sale.
And I tell you, we've really been blessed for several years, not only Abley, but we have a lot of quality greenhouses in our area for folks to choose from. And I think probably what's really worked the best for everybody is the greenhouses that we have today are family owned and operated. And these families have been in the business for a long, long time. So they understand the value and they understand the quality of a plant that an individual should be putting in.
I think you're right. I think all the greenhouses in the area have either been here for probably at least 75 to 100 years, or their family's been in the greenhouse business for that long.
Yeah. Now,
lots of experience.
Well, and you guys started, I mean, as far as this year, getting the plants ready, you started when?
We turned the heat on just right after the first of the year. So I think January 3rd this year is when we turned the heat on and we started sticking cuttings and sowing seeds for the crops that take longer to grow or things that we need them to be bigger at retail time in May.
And as far as the type of plants, you've got just about each and every type of plant that somebody would want to put in a pot or in a planter, but also garden plants.
Yep, we grow a lot of vegetables here, and we feel that they're very economically priced. Not all the stores still sell vegetables in flats. If you go to some places, they're only like in 4.5-inch pots, and if you're going to try and grow a big garden, a half acre or an acre, you need to buy things in flats. So pretty much all of our vegetable production is done in flats. We have seeds here. We have seed potatoes, onion sets, all those types of things. So we do sell a lot of vegetables here.
Over the past few years, it's become a real challenge, especially with COVID, where products were costing you a lot to produce the plants. How have you been able to handle things like that over the last 3 to 4 years, Matt?
Yeah, it's been really crazy. Obviously we've had to increase our retail prices. The last 3 years, we've chosen to keep things the same. We probably really should have raised prices this year, but we said, we're not going to do it. We're just going to wait, see what happens, eat the increases. Nothing really ever seems to go down in price for me, but we're going to hold our prices the same this year and, really make that leap of faith. A lot of our inputs come from, some of these plants and seeds come from Mexico. The potting soil, a lot of the plastics comes from Canada. But like our plastics and our soils, we get those delivered here in the fall. We pay for them. So we always know we're set for spring the year ahead of time. So obviously with these tariffs that were coming into place, or the threat of the tariffs coming in February, there were a lot of people that were really concerned about that hadn't already got their plastics and their soils delivered. But we didn't have to worry about that. So I feel confident that we're making the right choice, holding our costs this year and holding our retail prices.
And a lot of the product that you have, if you don't grow it, or even the stuff that you do grow, the seed, you're buying that stuff from reputable sources. And that's what's the key to the nursery business, and in specific here in Michigan.
Yep, you're definitely right. We make sure that we only buy from places that are reputable, quality. They have a good reputation and a long history. The vast majority of what we sell here, we grow it here ourselves. So, we know that we can control the quality, but when we do have to go out and buy things from other places, we do feel really confident that we're only selling the best products.
One of the highlights of the article that I read, Matt, was a big headline, bold print: resist the urge to plant too early.
That's for sure.
There you go.
Yeah. I had a customer yesterday buying peppers and tomatoes, and I said, you should really wait on those. You really don't want peppers and tomatoes right now, but hey, we'll sell them, and we'll sell them again. And we do that every year. So that's just the way it is. But we're just starting to get our, the onions, seed potatoes, cabbage, strawberry plants, things like that. We're just getting them out on display now, and people are just starting to shop. But really, if you look at the weather forecast, it really doesn't show any more freezing temperatures. So hopefully that holds true.
Got the fingers crossed. I think it's going to be a good spring. I really don't think we're going to have to worry about a frost in May. So if we can just, it would really be great. Matt Bouvet, thank you so much for taking time. I know you're really busy, and I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Good luck to you and to everybody at the Abley Greenhouse and Garden Center, and your family. Happy Easter.
Hey, happy Easter to you as well, Terry. Thank you.
Matt Bouvet. We'll be right back.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B-Series. It makes the hard work look easy. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. As we said before, mark the calendar next weekend. Freeland Walleye Festival, and a lot of registration and a lot of things going on in Freeland. You'll be able to register at Freeland Bean and Grain and their affiliated store over there. For farmers, they're ready to take care of business, and I know that there's a lot of questions that you might have as you progress through the planting season. They've got the experts there to talk, and they've got the products there, the quality products to make that crop profitable for you this year. Serving you is their business, and they've been serving you since 1983. Freeland Bean and Grain, wishing each and every one of you a very happy Easter. Chuck Cervinsky from Maple Hill Nursery joining us right now. And Chuck, I understand that the outdoor furnishing business is busier than ever.
Oh, it's been booming for the last month, and Pollywood has got a spring sale that was announced a few days ago. It's going on now, probably one of the bigger sales that we've seen them sponsor in quite some time. So lots of good deals right now on dining sets, deep seating, benches, rockers, gliders, all kinds of things. And special orders right now are only running about 7 to 12 business days, so things are coming in pretty fast.
And as far as prices go, again, a lot of the product that you have in the store, you purchased that a while ago, didn't you?
Right. And there hasn't been any price increases. They've held their price for at least the last 2 years, so we're pretty good there. But again, now is the time to get in an order. And of course, when you order, we offer free setup and delivery as well. So there's really not anything you need to do.
Yeah, and as far as delivery goes, you've been delivering them all over the state.
Yeah, we've been delivering stuff within probably an 80-mile radius of the store in pretty much every day. So it's been a real busy spring so far. Lots of plants and stuff are coming in daily, mulch, all kinds of unique garden items.
Chuck Cervinsky, you, the family, everybody at Maple Hill, happy Easter.
Yeah, same to you and Sharon, all the gang.
Thank you so much. Chuck Cervinsky. We'll be right back.
There are two types of to-dos. To-dos you want to do and to-dos you gotta do. Hopping on your Coyote tractor to plow a little patch of heaven on your land is a wanna-do. But flossing before a dentist appointment so they don't suspect that flossing is a never-do? That's a gotta-do. For all the to-dos you want to do, check out the many models of hardworking Coyote, CS, CX, and CK tractors. Available with up to 72 months financing at 0.99%. For the gotta-dos? Well, Godspeed. Coyote, we dig dirt. For all of your Coyote needs, stop into CMR Tractors in Millington today or visit them online at cmrtractors.com. CMR Tractors is your local Coyote dealer.
Farm Service has been brought to you by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Remember, risk management, that's what it's all about, and they can take care of it for you. They are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Call their agents on their cells for questions or emergencies, or better yet, call the office in Reese, 989-868-4722. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster exterior